Hey friends, it's Michael Kostroff. This is a hard career that we've chosen. It's never not been hard, so we can't be surprised by that again and again. That's just how it is. Uh, that doesn't mean it's sad or awful. It just means it's challenging. One of the things I want to tell you is that there is always uh, another glass ceiling. I guess I'm just going to use that analogy. Um, and what I mean is there's always something else that you want to achieve. I was doing some sort of panel and an actor said, well, if I had your career, I'd be happy. I'm like, I'm happy about my career, but I don't want to stop there. There's always something else. Uh, and I think we sometimes think, oh, if I could just do this, if I could do this. Well, yeah, but then you want to do the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. Uh, and there's always something else. So, the last season of The Wire, they made me a series regular. And I had all kinds of ideas about what that meant. I thought I would get a trailer as opposed to a honey wagon. If you don't know what that is, look it up. But most of you do. It turned out you have to negotiate for that, even if you're a series regular. Okay. And when we went to the premiere for that season, I thought, well, I'm a series regular. I'm going to get interviewed on the red carpet. Turns out I wasn't one of the main series regulars. And people were not all that interested in talking to me. So, prestige, but there's still there's still another level to go, even in terms of being a series regular. Um, I, I did a great play last year in Chicago. Again, prestigious, the Star at a prestigious theater. I had to be local hire, find housing, and fly myself there. Again, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying there's still levels to go. I sometimes now I get straight offers. Very, very sexy, very prestigious. Sometimes I'll just get offered the part. Not most of the time. There are actors who only get straight offers. And the thing that you New Yorkers especially will relate to this. After all these years in the business, I'm still changing in bathroom stalls between auditions. And that's always the most humbling thing. I'm like, still changing in bathroom stalls. Brought two outfits because my two auditions today were completely different. I'm changing in a bathroom stall. Like, it's so glamorous. So glamorous. Now I always listen. I got some sexy things that have happened. Like I only get a trailer now. I don't get a honey wagon. I sometimes get flown in or picked up in a car. Very very like stuff fancy stuff I don't really need. But I don't get seen for films. I don't get seen for series regulars. I'm not there yet, for the most part. So I have one celebrity friend. He's a name. And he said, Michael, I don't get seen for Broadway unless my agent calls and says, hey, he's interested in auditioning for this. And he's a big TV star. And so even he has a level that he hasn't reached yet. So I want you to get used to and train yourself to keep aspiring, but also celebrate whatever level you're at, whatever that is. If you're doing student films, there are some people who can't book student films. There's some people who are not at that level. Some people who can't even get access to auditions. You have an agent that's not a very good agent. Some people can't get an agent. I'm not saying settle for less. I'm really not. I'm still aspiring to a lot of things that are not happening in my career right now. But I don't want to miss what's great in my career and what I've achieved. And whatever level you're at, because there's no there. I once heard Jason Alexander tell a story that just was so deeply true and kind of devastating to me. He always wanted to win a Tony Award, and then he did. Proudest night of his life. He won a Tony. his big goal. And he got congratulations from people and a lot of messages and love. And, you know, this was back when we had answering machines. He went home and played his answering machine and there were like 50 messages. It was fantastic. And, you know, and the next morning he woke up, there were another 27 messages. And then life continued. He had this big sense of, now what? Okay, so I did this. I thought it would feel different. I thought it would be like, I'm there. But he was still Jason, which is fine. He wasn't complaining about that, but he had this realization that there is no external achievement in acting that makes you think, well, now I've got everything. It's not like that, you know. When my nephew Nick was about 8. He and his mom came to visit LA, and I was living here at the time, and I got to hang with Nick for the day. I love this kid. He was so cute. He just got married. He's a lot older now, but he wanted to go see the Hollywood Wax Museum. He was so excited about it. That's what he wanted to do. I said, I will take you. So we went out to breakfast, and he's jumping up and down at the restaurant going, well, can we go to the Hollywood Wax Museum? The Hollywood Wax Museum. I said, yes, we're going to go. Eat your breakfast. We ate our breakfast. We went to the Hollywood Wax Museum. And this little boy took off. We bought our tickets, and he took off like a shot running through the Hollywood Wax Museum. He was so happy to be there. And I said, do you want to stop and see the Terminator? And he kept going, come on. Do you want to stop and see, you know, RoboCop? Come on. Look, it's Lon Chaney. Come on. But he was running past all of the experiences. And he found himself at the end of the Hollywood Wax Museum with this confused face. Because he had missed the whole thing, because he kept focusing on next, let's keep going. So I took him back through, and this time he stopped and we looked at everything. So that's you know, I know it's really corny to say enjoy the journey, but you got to enjoy the journey, man, because, you know, you might not collect all the things that you feel like you want to do in your career, but you get some stuff, and it's important to enjoy the journey. And it's important to recognize and not get jealous, because the person that you're jealous of has aspirations as well that they haven't achieved, and frustrations and glass ceilings. So, yeah, and I hope that encourages you rather than discourages you. It's not to say you'll never be satisfied, but that part's a choice. It's a choice to go. Like I have aspirations. I have things I have not achieved, but I'm also really appreciative of the career I have. And I know you're thinking, well, sure, because of your career. Well, no, I think I decided to be that way before I had much of a career. But I just, you know, if you could enjoy the student film that you're working on, you know, or you could enjoy the acting class that you're in, and recognize that you are living the life of an actor. That's all part of it. And I think it will help you to not, as I said, not get as jealous and not feel as discouraged, because you're on the journey. All right, you know what I'm saying, right? Okay. As always, I love to hear your thoughts. As always, I haven't said this in a while. I love for you to tell people about these videos if you find them helpful. I get nothing other than the satisfaction of helping my fellow actors. So I don't have an ambition with it, but I do want you to be generous about them if you like them. And gosh, that's all. And I'll talk to you next week. Bye.